Hi, I will be doing distant ancestral healing today. I'm going to clear the energy. The second time that I've tried to do this video. It's difficult doing these videos sometimes from home. And people just want to make noise, do you know what I mean? And obviously, you know, I need to focus when I'm doing my readings and my healings, and just a bit fed up with some people just being disrespectful. So I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that. Also with driving, you know, it's quite a lot of things coming up with driving recently, so be safe on the roads. I carry black salt and black tourmaline crystal, tiger's eye, and I have a lovely pink, I think it's rose quartz sapphire crystal that my friend made for me. So I always do a blessing when I'm driving as well, and I always do a blessing around my house. So that's just coming up as well. And sometimes we have to deal with some disrespectful people, so you know, yeah. But it happens, you know, that's what I'm kind of finding. Not everybody, but, you know, it's just disrespectful. And I think some people should learn some manners anyway. Right, so Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. That's the first card that's come out. So hopefully I can get on and do this distant ancestral healing. I've just been guided to start off with the angels and ancestors cards. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Beautiful cards coming out just now. High Priestess, harness mystic power. Yeah. It's quite interesting, the energy. There's like 3 feminine energies that have come out. Divine feminine energies, you know. And some people, I'm not saying that they can't handle the feminine energy, but you know, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's not against the masculine before anyone as a whatever, as a pop at me or whatever. It's not about that, you know. It's not about that at all. It's just beautiful feminine energy, being respectful towards the feminine, I feel, is beautiful. And it's interesting with this distant angelic Reiki ancestral healing, because it's not, as I say, you know, obviously feminine energy, but we all carry feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. So maybe it's time to have more respect towards the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. See, we've got masculine energy now coming. It's not all about the feminine, but, you know, I feel with this world it is quite full-on masculine, you know. It's quite, can be quite overpowering masculine. Oracle, wait for important information. So maybe it's a time for the divine feminine, the feminine energy. Wow. which is within us all, whether we are masculine or feminine. Get my words out. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. And I'll maybe just go for one more. Lord, take charge with authority, masculine energy. So there's a balance going on here. So maybe that's also in connection with this distant ancestral angelic Reiki healing, is to help balance the masculine and feminine energies within all of us. Maybe that is the focus today. You know, maybe it is that. I don't know. I've got some beautiful crystal skulls. More crystal skulls. I will put these on my website. My guides were like, you need to order the crystal skulls, and I said okay, and I ordered some. They're smaller than these ones, and I ordered more because when I do my healings, I will put them on my website. When I do my healings, I can infuse them with angelic Reiki healing. So, you know, it's quite nice to, when I do my healings, I usually give a gift as a crystal, you know, that I've used in that session. And my guides were like, it would be really nice for me to include crystal skulls. So I do have my Labradorite crystal skull that I work with a lot. Black moonstone. Selenite. Whoa. Selenite. I can't blame my cats this time. That was me. It's because of the cord. Fluorite. Cord was in the way of the crystal. Pyrite. And there's some beautiful coloured stones that my friend painted. The yin yang. Hope. And the Hamza hand protection. So I love working with crystals, as everybody knows. I feel it's important to work with crystals, you know, when I do my healings and I do my readings. So anyway, those crystal skulls, I will put them up on my website, or you can email me if you wish to have a angelic Reiki infused crystal skull. When you are ready, take a deep breath in and out. And I'm connecting with this beautiful selenite crystal wand today. And this distant angelic Reiki healing will be clearing any negative energy connected to the ancestral lineage. However you wish to receive this distant ancestral angelic Reiki healing is entirely up to you. You do the work. I am just a guide here. I just guide. And because everybody's different, it's up to you how you connect with this distant angelic Reiki ancestral healing. And as soon as I started to do the healing, my palms feel really warm. So, which is beautiful. When you are ready, take another deep breath in and out. And release anything that no longer serves you. Could be absolutely anything. As I say, we are all different in connection with our ancestral lineage. I'm really doing what I'm guided to do here today. I'm just getting tingling in my palms. I love it. I love doing these healings. I really do. It's beautiful. Just makes it all worthwhile, you know. And it's important to enjoy what you do in life. I feel it is anyway. Releasing anything that no longer serves you. But also bringing in that beautiful, vibrant, positive energy into your world. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards, shadow work cards. I'm really guided with cards that, you know, I connect with. So I get told what crystals to put out by my guides. I get told what cards to use, you know. It's like, even though I'm here, the guides, like my guides and my ancestors who I work with a lot, they're like my guides to pass this on, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's all preparation that goes with what I do. Okay, inner cosmos, to embrace the light first, acknowledge the dark. Trauma, seeing, go deeper. Yeah. Absolutely. I feel sometimes, obviously, to appreciate the dark, because without the dark we wouldn't connect with the light. So, you know, life is all about balance, you know. Life is, I feel, anyway, it's all about balance. And my voice is starting to go. So, yeah. It's not easy to face some things that are connected to ourselves or our ancestors, but it's how do we heal that trauma, you know. And sometimes going deep into, you know, it's not for everybody. It really isn't for everybody. So I only did for my own personal experience. It's because my voice, my own things, you know. I was always questioning why certain things were happening in my life, and I didn't want to so much as like be a victim, do you know what I mean? And be like, you know, I'm like, how can I deal with this? How can I improve my life? You know, we all go through that victim stage, like no one's exempt from it. at all. But at some point it's like, right, how do I get myself out of this shit, out of this head fuck. Excuse my French, but you know, how do I get myself out of it? Like, and sometimes that can be connecting to the ancestral lineage. I can get my words out. It doesn't have to be, but for me it was, in some cases, not all of it. And I was like, well, how do I improve my life? And also with what's been coming up with some people, including me, is looking back 10 years, how my life was 10 years ago compared to how my life is now. And there would be people like, oh, you've changed. And to me, that's a compliment. That is the best compliment anybody could give me, because then that shows that all the work that I've done, healing and all sorts of things over the years, over the last 10 years, hasn't been for nothing. Even though sometimes I've looked back and I've gone, well, I did this and I did that and everything else, and I feel like I've done it for nothing. But nothing, you don't do anything for nothing. There's always a reason or a significance. I feel people don't have to agree with me, but explore feelings, delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions, authentic closure, peace. So yeah, sometimes we need to close chapters in our lives to have some peace, and that can mean walking away from some people, and that's never easy. Inner balance, what you resist persists, what you accept transforms, wholeness, duality, and also it's connected to self-love. Maybe some of our ancestors, didn't know what self-love is, Maybe some of them did, I don't know. But it can be difficult to face things like head on, but sometimes we need to do that to heal ourselves. And think of what is the best for us and possibly our children, if you have children, Journey inward. The path to enlightenment starts within you. Introspection, growth. Limiting beliefs. Ultimately, you become what you believe. Mindset, self-realization. Wow. Too many. Even when I was doing readings and that yesterday, the cards were like jumpy, so jumpy. There's so much they wanted to say. Have courage. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be seen. Fear, vulnerability, growth. Yeah, that's not easy sometimes. Be gentle with yourself, Sometimes we can be our worst critic. If there's other people, that have got, I don't know, bitchiness or whatever to say, do you know what I mean? And, some people are just like, oh, well, they're doing this and this and everything else. Never mind what other people are doing. I wish some people would focus on what they're doing instead of what everybody else is doing. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about the bitchy ones here. It's like, get on with it. You know, we've all, like, what has come to me with my guides is that what some people see as a failure. And I remember my mum saying to me something like, the only failure is to give up trying, you know? And I feel that's true, because we all have to pick ourselves up sometimes, and our ancestors probably have had to do the same more than once, you know, to carry on, to, you know, go, oh well that didn't work, maybe try this, or that worked for a bit and then it doesn't work anymore. You know, don't give up. And never mind people and their critics and bitchiness and this and everything else. You know, some of them are just sit on their arse and bitch about people all day, and because they hate their life. You know, what kind of life is that? Do you know what I mean? When they could be just getting on with it and making something better of themselves. Yeah, look at this. Closed-minded, unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas, being more open, openness, receptivity. And I'm not blaming. This isn't about blame. It's just about some people need to look at themselves. Stubborn. I can be quite stubborn sometimes. It can denote perseverance, but it also may hinder progress. Flexibility, resolve, growth, you know. We've all probably got stubbornness in ourselves at some point. Positive change, transform pain into strength and empower yourself. Ascend, evolution free. Yeah. Words are spells, you know. So if people are speaking nasty out on others, where do you think that energy is going to go? It's going to go like a boomerang back to them. And I say this to people and they think I'm absolutely bonkers, but you know, I'm past caring. People think I'm bonkers. Embrace the void. Your true potential is waiting to be discovered. Emptiness, creative power. I'm past caring what other people think, you know. If I worried every day what other people think, you know. I mean, for example, today I had to take my daughter to an appointment, and as we were coming out, I was pulling out, and then there was a car that came from nowhere, went round me instead of letting me go, went round me. Another car went to let me go, and then there was another car coming up on the right really fast, and I had to stop, you know, and stuff. So the guy who let me go was like, oh well, and he drove off. And then this couple were looking at me, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, smashing into my car. And my daughter's like, oh mum, you know, there's been so many you know, crashes and sort of stuff that's been going on. She's like, it makes you not want to leave the house. And I said, don't feel like that, you know. Don't give in to that fear, because that's what the, oh, I don't know, what do they call themselves? They're not the men who think that they're in control, because, you know, they can't play God or Goddess or Mother Earth. But, you know, it's like trying to put the fear into people of not wanting to leave the house. That's why I transmute that energy, and I do a blessing when I go out in my car, and I do a blessing in my home, and I'm always doing blessings, you know what I mean? Trying to transmute that energy. But I said to my daughter, no, you know, don't think like that, because it's with the fear of like people, you know, scared to go out. And it's like, no, like life is for living. Wounded healer. The wound is the place where light enters you. Empathy, healing, purpose. Absolutely. And I believe this with healers. Some of the best healers are wounded healers. Believe it or not. I find those ones have got the most empathy, compassion, and beautiful, loving energy. You know, because some people, I tell you, they've been through hell and back, and they still have a good, kind, loving heart. You know, and I'm proud of those people, because it doesn't take much to do, well, in one sense it can do, but it shows that they've done their shadow work. Well, they're continuously doing shadow work, because you're always doing shadow work. Anger, your expectations are not met, creating frustration. Express it in a healthy way, release, growth, balance. Yeah, and don't take it out on other people, innocent people. Heal through art, express your shadows in art, and let healing unfold. Creativity, expression. That's also with shadow work, you know, with taking things out on innocent people. And not, some people actually not going to the person when they've heard something and asking that person and believing all sorts of nonsense, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. No, I don't think there's any more. Okay. So, shall I Black Moonstone now? So I'm going to continue with some more healing. So when you are ready, take a deep breath in and out, and connect with this beautiful Black Moonstone crystal. Maybe one more time. You're ready, take a deep breath in, right to the top if you can. And release. Wow. I just felt a lot of energy like be released, like right there in my chest. So I'm going to do that again. Yeah. It's okay to let it go, you know. There are some energies that do connect quite deep with the ancestral lineage, and it's okay to let it go. I know I do with my ancestral, and over the years I've helped to transmute that energy. So yeah, because we're empaths, you know, and we feel very deeply. Sometimes we don't get it, why we feel so deep the way that we do, but you know, this is why I've done my healing, my shadow work, and you know, why I've done what I have done throughout the years. Ancestral, shamanic ancestral healing, angelic Reiki healing, Yusai Reiki healing, angelic Reiki master teacher, so I can teach, which I will do one day. Atlantean healing, that's also connected to past lives, and you know, so because I love to learn I do. I love to learn. So I'm always with knowledge and what have you. And, you know, we can't know everything, but I've always been curious since I was a child. So, but when things come up, especially in my life, and I'm like, right, you know, how can I deal with this energy, you know, how can I improve my life as well, not only for me but for my children, which I feel is really important, you know. And my children have kept me going. My love for my children is, you know, I'm not saying obviously with the difference between, you know, with the father and the mother, because there's some amazing dads out there. I'm not, you know, disputing that, but yeah, love, as they say, is the most powerful force in the universe. Yeah. These cards are bloody all over the place. Look at them. They're like bouncy, bouncy today. Oh, you can't make it up. Look. Crystal skulls. My guides are like, yeah, those skulls. It's so funny. I was thinking earlier when I received the crystal skulls and I was unwrapping them, and my guides were like showing me skulls everywhere, and this was before I'd ordered the other set of skulls, and I said, yeah, I'll order them, and then I didn't do it, and then I did, and then I was being shown more, and they're like, you need to order more, and I was like, well, I will do. So they just kept showing me skulls everywhere, dreaming about skulls. Skulls was everywhere, and I was like, I think they're trying to tell me something. Oh, they're just so funny, they make me laugh. Right, okay, during Golden Atlantis, 13 life-size quartz skulls were fashioned using technology currently beyond our comprehension. 12 of these were advanced computers into which the leaders of the 12 tribes recorded the history and knowledge of their region. The 13th and knowledge... Oh, wow, hold on. So jump, my eyesight's going. The 13th was a higher frequency amethyst skull containing all the information of Atlantis and is no longer in physical form. When humanity raises its vibration, it will rematerialize to assist the energy of Atlantis to return. My eyesight's like going a little bit. It's quite funny. It's like the words are like jumping at me. I'm trying to read. I don't know. The unknown, your guidance is that there is a mystery waiting to unfold. For much is yet unknown. Perhaps new information is to come to you, or old memories or ancient wisdom may surface to your conscious awareness. Meditation would help you to validate this. Be cautious about making a decision, for you do not have the whole picture. A mystery is waiting to unfold. Yeah, crystal skulls. Beautiful. The Sphinx. Within the temple of Poseidon, get my words out, a gigantic statue of a Sphinx guarded the eastern gate. This generic animal represented purity and contained the records for all the universe, which could only be accessed by the high priests and priestesses. The current Sphinx in Egypt is its earthly equivalent, and we can re-energize its power by living in love, harmony and cooperation. Keep secrets. Your guidance is to maintain silence until it is appropriate for you to divulge information. The Sphinx may indicate that you must keep your own or other people's secrets to prove that others can trust you. Or it may suggest it's time for you to look within to access your wisdom, then share it appropriately. Keep your own counsel and the secrets of others. Yeah. Okay, the last one. Positivity. In Golden Atlantis, negative words simply did not exist. Nor were there words of resistance like but, never, or cannot, or nothing impeded the flow of people's lives. Though vocabulary contained only positive words and concepts, and the people were immersed in wholesome ideas and thoughts, they constantly affirmed the happiness and contentment of the moment. Because of this, under spiritual law, they could only attract good things into their lives, which inevitably moved forward smoothly. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, words and beliefs today? Eliminate everything negative, including words of gossip, doubt or fear. Decide on your personal goal and your vision for your community and the world, then focus wholeheartedly on it. Your life must inevitably accelerate, so expect to move forward now. Success awaits you. Beautiful. And I do have the Lemurian Starchild Oracle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see these cards, they've all got something that they wish to connect with. They've been like it even yesterday. Since yesterday, these cards have been jumping out like loads. It didn't take long. I'm just going to go for the one on top. Oh, look. Aren't they beautiful? There's two. Alright. I'm like, just one. And then they give me two. Heart of Ascension, number 3, expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past. Peace beyond survival. Number 11, peacemaker, through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. Or is that spirits? Ancient splits, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, my eyesight's gone a bit. I don't know what's going on today. I've got no idea. It's like when I read and that the words are like jumping at me. And last time I think that happened, when I was reading from the Mystic Martian cards, I think I was reading about the Unaki. Yeah, and I was reading about the Unaki, I was speaking out loud about the Unaki. And then my eyesight, it's usually my voice, but my eyesight was like starting to go, so it's quite funny. I just laugh, basically. That's all you can do, isn't it? And my voice started to go now. Right, where are we going? I'm determined to finish this. Okay. Mother Earth gently shows me that I can relax now in the heart of ascension, that the gravity of the old paradigm can no longer affect me in any way. The ascension heart within the earth calls each of us to see beyond limitations, including pain and heartbreak. She activates the ascension organs in the body of each individual, allowing us to release the old paradigm. Are there people you are not at peace with, or situations that you worry about or cling to? Inner earth beings guide you to the heart of ascension within the earth so that you can review these situations in the light of a beautiful violet and rose gold flame. It's an affirmation. I lovingly ask my Thymus just above my heart chakra to activate with ascension codes. Let these codes go through my whole body to bring light, vibrancy and healing to every cell. My healing inner child leads me to the joy of being, to vibrant health, and to a new sense of self beyond all limitations. That's beautiful. Okay, and the second card is number 11, Peacemaker. Through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. Yeah, it is. So funny. I don't know what's going on with my eyesight today. It's hilarious. Maybe it's connecting with the third eye as well, which is beautiful. Third eye meditation, sometimes of seeing things with our third eye is the key to connections. Your family of light invites you to an attunement of unlimited possibility to answer deep questions you might have. Can the lion and the lamb sit down together? Oh, I've just cleared something there in my chest. Wow, okay. Can I be completely at peace with my emotions without any need for defense or protection, even when I feel deep wounds? Can I feel the power and courageousness of the heart, unimpaired by any victimhood and unaffected by any negativity from others? Yes, say your guides of light, but the linear mind might have some objections. Am I too wounded to find peace, to open my heart? What if the lion becomes hungry or the lamb becomes afraid? Miracles can happen, Lemurian Starchild. Just open your heart to the possibility. And there's an affirmation. As my inner lion and lamb sit down together, excuse me, wow, they share and find peace, which allows for healing beyond victimhood or aggression. That's beautiful. I'm so glad that I managed to finish that, because I really felt that my voice was going to go. So maybe that's some throat chakra healing and third eye healing that someone may need to connect with. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this ancestral angelic Reiki healing, and I will see you again soon. Look after yourselves.